Hello and welcome again. It was great to see on the list of children who will be joining us, lots of siblings that we have currently at the school. I can see lots that attend our toddler group. It's also great to see a lot of names of children that I showed around during our open visits and lots of new names too. So welcome to you all. This is very strange for all of us. Usually there'd be lots of opportunity to stop and ask questions, but please could you make sure you have a pen and paper at the ready, and then if there are any questions that you have as things pop up, jot them down and we will be able to answer those questions for you during our Zoom video meeting. So the children at the Dolphin School are the heart and future of the community. A positive learning culture is evident throughout the Dolphin School. We encourage our children to develop inquiring minds and a can-do attitude to all aspects of the curriculum. We have high aspirations for all children, and we believe that all children can succeed, regardless of their starting points. We provide an exciting, relevant and local curriculum which puts children to the heart of their community. We want our children to develop lifelong learning skills so that we can prepare them for the next stage of their education and beyond. At the Dolphin School, we have 4 core values which underpin everything that we do. Our first value is respect. All of our children, staff and families are respectful of each other's beliefs, feelings and values. They are also respectful of our school and resources. Our second value, responsibility. Our children are responsible for their own learning. Our school is special and we work together to keep it that way. We are responsible for our local and wider community. Our third core value is curiosity. Our children, staff and families love to find things out, ask questions and be brave. And our final value, resilience. Our children, staff and families need to keep going when things are tough. Mistakes are a way for us to learn. I think we're all showing the value of resilience at this moment in time. Our children are praised every single day for demonstrating any one of our core values. Usually after December, we start to join the whole school celebration assemblies, where again, our children are celebrated, recognised for demonstrating the core values.
Roles and responsibilities. So here we have Miss Jenkins, who is our current acting head teacher. We have Mrs. Flanagan, who is our head teacher, currently on maternity leave. We have Mr. Lung, who is the acting deputy head. And myself, Miss George, I am an assistant head. And myself and Mr. Lung, we share the early years foundation stage leader role. Then we have Miss Matthews, who is a class teacher, Miss Folger, who is also a class teacher, Mrs. Crisp, who is also a class teacher, and then we have Miss Fricker and Miss Martin, who are both early years practitioners. And we're really lucky because every single member of staff working within the EYFS holds a childcare qualification, meaning that we all have expert knowledge on how the youngest children in the school from 0 to 5 learn and develop.
So within the early years, there are 2 classes. We have Turtle class and Octopus class. And within that, we have key worker groups. So your child and yourselves will be notified of who your child's key worker is. And the key person will work alongside you as parents to ensure that your child's emotional well-being is fully supported. This is because we know that children thrive when their needs are met by special people they know, trust and respect. Our unit. So for those of you who visited, you will have noticed that we don't actually have 2 separate classrooms for the early years classes. We have one large unit, which absolutely has its benefits. It means that we have lots more areas of provision. So for example, indoors we have a large construction area, a small world area, an artist area and malleable area, a really big role play area which is changed regularly based on the children's interests. We have a mathematician area and authors area, including a really immersive reading area. We have space for children to work with their key workers. And then we have free flow, which means that we have our door open to our outdoor garden, open all day, so the children can choose where they'd like to discover and do. So discover and do is the time dedicated to children's child-initiated play, where they can choose if they want to be indoors or outdoors. They may participate in adult-initiated activities. So we may have a learning objective that we're wanting to focus on, and we're able to plan that within the children's play. They may initiate their own learning from the resources that we have available. We have a lot of open-ended resources. You can see here we've got the bricks, where children are able to design and build anything that their imaginations will allow them to. Within the day, children will also have carpet time inputs. So in a moment, we'll look at our timetable of the day and what that looks like. They may also work with their key workers for small group circle times or adult-led activities based on the learning objective of the week. So within the early years foundation stage curriculum, there are 7 areas of learning separated into 2 groups. So we have the prime areas of learning, which includes communication and language. So here we're looking at children's listening and attention skills, their understanding and speaking skills. We support children's physical development, looking at their fine and gross motor skills, as well as health and self-care, such as putting clothes on independently and being able to go to the toilet. We also support children's personal, social and emotional development. So we're teaching children how to play, how to behave, and how to develop friendships with their peers. We then have the specific areas of learning. So here we support children's literacy skills by developing their reading and writing. We follow a phonics program called Letters and Sounds. We support children's mathematician skills. We look at supporting their number development and shape, space and measure. We have Understanding the World, where we support children's understanding of the world around them, people and communities, and technology. Finally, we have Expressive Arts and Design, where we support children being imaginative and looking at different media and materials. So something that's really special about the Dolphin School is our curriculum. So we follow a curriculum called Curiosity, which is inquiry-led. So every term, roughly, we have a question that sparks our learning. So for example, we looked at what is an engineer. So children had the opportunity to feel what it is like to be an engineer, to plan, design, make and create. And we do this with everything. So our children, we have states of being. So our children are authors, they're mathematicians, they may be scientists, engineers, artists. And it really just makes sure that our children are feeling and being. Our daily routine. So this will change across the year. Initially, it's very, very play-based. And as we move on throughout the year, it becomes more structured, allowing for a really smooth and successful transition into year 1. So firstly, we begin with our register and what we call discover and do time. So that's where the children can choose where they would like to discover and do. We then come together for an author carpet session, and that will be whole class, all the children together, where we'll be teaching one of the learning objectives on how to be an awesome author. We then stop for milk and snack, and at the beginning of the year we have this together in a circle so that we can have an opportunity to talk and chat and teach those independent skills, so pouring their own milk or water and learning perhaps some new names for fruit and vegetables, and having that time together. We then have a really good chunk of discover and do time. That's when doors open to outdoors, so children can choose whether they want to discover and do indoors or outdoors. The adults then use this time to either work with a group of children, or they may observe children, just to see exactly where they are in their learning and development, and it gives them an opportunity to plan for next steps. We then stop and we have our phonics session on the carpet. I mentioned previously that we follow a programme called Letters and Sounds. Throughout the year, we do host lots and lots of workshops to make sure that you are fully aware of what we do in school, to teach those key author, phonics and mathematician skills. And we love to welcome you in as much as we can. This year we've had our parents observe our children during a phonics lesson, which has been really, really helpful. We then stop for lunch. So our children do go down to the lunch hall and they will collect their trays and they will be given their lunch that you have chosen for them. There's also a salad bar available, which the children can help themselves to, and there is a great range of puddings available also, which the children can choose. They then play outside in the main playground with the Key Stage 1 children. So lunchtimes are staggered so that the whole school isn't out there at the same time, and it's just our reception and Year 1 children that will be together initially. They'll then come back to the class and we will register again and discover and do, allow that time to settle them back in. And then in the afternoon we have our mathematician carpet time. Once again, we then have a big chunk to discover and do, where again the teachers may be working with a group of children. They'll be supporting children's play through really high quality interactions, and they may be carrying out observations. We then stop to reflect and review our day. This will be carried out with your child's key worker. We then have a story time together, and finally it's home time. Learning everywhere. So at the Dolphin School, we have a learning everywhere ethos and believe that learning can take place in the classroom, school grounds, or other places in Bristol and beyond. So there's no such thing as a normal day. It may include park visits, cooking experiences, forest school sessions, going to Windmill Hill City Farm, looking at Bristol's landmarks, or just walking around our local area. This isn't something that just the early years do. It is whole school and supported by our curiosity curriculum. We want the children to learn about the rich heritage and the cultural opportunities that we have available in Bristol. So, as well as children being constantly praised for showing their core values, we do have 3 simple EYFS rules. We teach the children and support them throughout their play and interactions with others to use kind words, kind hands, and make good choices. At the Dolphin School, we are really, really passionate about ensuring that every single child is able to read. As Dr. Seuss once said, the more that you read, the more things you will know, the more that you learn, the more places you'll go. In order to support your child's reading skills, we have a phonics session every single day. where we teach your children the individual phonemes and how then to push these phonemes together to blend and make a word. So, for example, k, a, t, when blended together is cat. So, children can then read words and simple sentences. Your child will have a book bag where we will allocate books appropriate to their phonics development. And there's also an online platform called Bug Club where you can access lots and lots of phonetically decodable books at home on an iPad or computer. As mentioned previously, we have a lot of workshops on offer. One of those will be focused on reading and another on phonics. We really do encourage bedtime books and stories before bed or part of your daily timetable at least 4 times a week. But if you can do that even more, the impact is huge. Assessment. So it's a requirement that at the end of the year, we assess every child in reception against what we call the early learning goals. So for each area of learning, there is a statement that details what is expected by the end of the year in that area. So at the end of the year, you will receive a detailed report stating whether your child is emerging, expected, or exceeding that early learning goal. Throughout the year, you will also receive 2 other reports to detail exactly where your child is in terms of their learning and development. You will also have opportunities to attend a parent meeting to discuss this. In order to really understand exactly where your child is, teachers will carry out observations. And so they will observe your child in their play, really getting to understand how your child plays, what they enjoy playing with, and this then helps to inform next steps to support or challenge their development further. These observations will be sent home, and you then have the opportunity to see these, you can comment on them, you can also upload your own observations. So we know that children sometimes can act differently when they're at school compared to when they're at home. So it's really, really vital that we have that holistic view and understanding of every single child. Your observations as parents are really welcomed and valued. So, as mentioned in the letters that you have received, our transition into school is really smooth and successful, and we are absolutely determined that despite being in lockdown due to COVID-19, we will still have a really successful transition. So, for those of you who have children in nurseries and settings, they will provide you with a form detailing how they're doing in the areas of learning. When possible, if we could have those forms, that will really help us gain a knowledge and insight into your child, what their interests are, and we can use that to inform our planning. So usually we would have stay in play sessions where you and your child are invited into our school and the unit to stay and play and start to become familiar with their new environment. We then have a second stay and play session where, excuse me, you are invited for coffee and cake downstairs whilst your child has the opportunity to develop their independent skills upstairs. We have a school fair which will be confirmed, and we will let you know if that is going to go ahead at a later date. We also usually have a Friends of Dolphin picnic at Montpellier Park. So that's a really wonderful opportunity for you as parents to begin to network with other parents and for children to start to make and build relationships with the children that will be with them in the EYFS unit. We then make sure that we carry out a home visit for each and every child where your child's class teacher and early years practitioner will come and visit you and your child in their natural environment where they feel safe and secure. This is absolutely vital, and we do find that sometimes if a child does have a bit of a wobble, we're able to say, "Oh, remember when you showed me your favourite toy?" And all of a sudden, we're a safe adult and they're much happier again. We do have phased half days, so children at the beginning will just come for half days only, and then they'll stay for lunch on one of those days before starting their first full day. So we have a calendar that has all of that information. So as soon as we are aware of those dates, we will let you know. So communication is absolutely vital. We have lots and lots of various ways that we communicate with you. So first of all, we do have a school newsletter that comes out every fortnight, as well as a termly EYFS newsletter, which details the learning objectives that we will be covering and everything that we'll be up to, including key dates for that term. We have Top 5, which is an email sent out to you every single week, and it just gives you the 5 most important pieces of information that you will need to know for the following week. We will send emails and texts out to families as and when needed, so please ensure that you have provided the office with your most up-to-date email and mobile number. You can look on our school website for more information. We have curriculum areas and our policies as well. Obviously, face to face. So you will drop your children off to school, to their classroom door, where you will see your teacher every day. So feel free to ask any questions. If there is anything that you feel might take longer, then you can book an appointment with your class teacher as well. We do have Twitter, so please check out our Twitter account, which details lots of things that we are up to. We have class reps for each class, so they attend meetings and they will let us know your views. So they are a really good person to get to know and talk to. We also have notice boards with lots of key information on them as well. Good school attendance gives your child the opportunity of success and helps develop skills for life. Your child should attend school every day unless there is an avoidable cause such as illness. We want all children to be attendance heroes, here every day, ready, on time. You can find our attendance policy on our school website, or you can ask the school office for a copy. So times of the day. So EYFS children can arrive from 8:45 to 8:55 a.m. And you can use either entrances that we have. So you can go through the main gate at Bath Buildings or the entrance on Cheltenham Road. If your child arrives after 8:55, they will be recorded as late. And if they arrive after 9:20 a.m, they will be recorded as late as the register has closed. And this will be an unauthorised absence and can contribute to a penalty notice. They will need to go to the main office on Bath Buildings if you arrive later than 8:55. In terms of collecting, when you are filling out your forms, we have asked for a password for collection. So if there's an emergency or something has come up, you can just ring the school or leave a message or send an email to let us know that a different adult will be collecting. We will then ask that adult for the password that you have provided. So we will not allow your child to go home with anybody who is not on the list that you have provided for us. So at some points during the year, your child may need to take medicine. We are able to administer medicine, but only medicines that have been prescribed by a doctor. If your child requires an inhaler, we will need to complete a care plan. If your child has any specific needs, they will also require a care plan. And please make sure that we are made aware of this so that if we need to make any adjustments, we can do. Food. So your child is encouraged to bring a water bottle to school that they can access throughout the day. We do provide a snack daily, which varies, but is always a fruit or vegetable. As part of our snack time, milk is also available. So currently, all children up to the age of 5 are entitled to free school milk. So we will discuss this with you at our home visit to see if that's something you would like. You can then pay for this once your child has turned 5 if you would like to. Children in reception year 1 and 2 currently are entitled to a universal free school meal. Here the children have a choice of a meat dish, halal, vegetarian or jacket potato, as well as a salad bar that they can help themselves to every day. And there is always a very delicious choice of puddings too. The menus for this are on Parent Pay. You have been sent an example menu. It's absolutely vital that you pre-book these each week. You can do a term in advance, but it must be the Sunday before the following week. We will check dietary needs at the home visit, but all dietary needs can be accommodated. We just need to be aware. If wraparound care is something that you will require, we do have a breakfast club, which is led by our school staff, and it starts at 8 o'clock and is £2.50 a session. There's a variety of breakfast on offer, and your children are then taken to class. We do then have an external agency for after school called Premier After School Club, who offer 3 different sessions. You can have the full session from 3:15 till 6 p.m. for £13.75 a day, or 3:15 till 4:30 p.m. for £6.25, or 4:30 to 6 p.m. for £7.50. If this is something you will require, we will have their new leaflet, which we will bring to the home visit for you. School uniform. So we have 2 school uniforms, our main school uniform and then a separate PE uniform, which is worn on the PE day that's allocated. And also if your child is on a trip learning everywhere, then they will also wear their PE uniform for this. So you can get our school uniform from our supplier Famous School Branches, which is at 186 Henleys Road in Bristol, BS9 4NE. Now currently this shop is closed, but please check their website, as I know that they are accepting online orders. I know that it may be a concern because of sizing. However, they do have a really good sizing guidance on their website. We obviously understand completely if it comes to September and you do not have uniform, then please do not worry. So, children must wear school uniform during the school day, and it will also be a requirement for school trips, but that will be the PE Learning Everywhere. So we have, as you can see, a jumper or cardigan with our school crest, and that is available from the school shop. We then have the PE sweatshirt here over on the right, which is navy and has our dolphin logo, and that can be that's provided by the school shop. And also we have a PE polo shirt which is blue and has the dolphin logo on, and that's also available from the school shop. We then have a book bag and backpack, and the PE bag, which is available from the school shop. So everything else that you can see is available from the school shop, but you can also buy from other suppliers if you prefer. So we have a white polo shirt, the pinafore, which must be navy, that you can have the summer dress, which needs to be blue and white checked with a white collar. You may also wish to purchase a skirt, which needs to be navy, pleated and knee length. You may wish to purchase trousers and shorts, and these must be navy, but not combat style or denim, please. You can then purchase jogging bottoms or PE shorts for the PE and Learning Everywhere uniform, and these must be navy. Socks and tights should be navy or white. Shoes need to be plain black, and trainers for PE and Learning Everywhere. It's recommended that early years especially provide Wellington boots, and if you can't provide these for every day whilst at school, then please ensure you have a pair for when we are learning everywhere, especially forest school trips. It's essential that a coat is provided, but you can purchase this anywhere, but please make sure it is warm and waterproof. We have sent you lots of information in the packs that you have received, so you can look there for more information, or you can find our uniform policy online. Pupil Premium. So as a school, we do receive extra funding for families who are in receipt of benefits or on low incomes. Please ensure that you carefully read the Pupil Premium information within your welcome pack and complete the form so that we can then check whether you are eligible or not. If you are eligible, then your child is entitled to extra support that goes beyond the normal entitlement. And you can see a list of these within your pack. But for example, it may include a £40 voucher towards school uniform, or discounts on school trips. So a quick reminder of the information that we will need from you. Hopefully you should have all received your welcome packs now. If you have not, or you have moved and you have a different address, then please let us know so we can get these out to you as soon as possible. Please email at info@dolphinschoolbristol.org or phone the school on 01179 240 517. Within this pack, there are two parts. The first part provides you with lots of information about our school. The second part is a yellow information booklet. This is absolutely necessary that we have this information prior to your child starting with us. It includes information such as emergency contact details, medical information. So without this information, your child cannot start school with us. If you have it, please provide us with the nursery transition form as soon as you can. And please could you start to prepare a family photo that you could provide to us at your home visit so that we can then display this so that children have familiar faces within their new environment to feel safe and secure. It's also a requirement that we have a copy of your child's passport or birth certificate. So if possible, if you're able to take a photo of this and send to info@dolphinschoolbristol.org with the subject EYFS ID, then again, that will help to speed up the admission process. We will then ask you to bring the originals along to the stay and play visits. So, what's next? So, once you've had time to digest all of this information, we'll invite you for a one-to-one Zoom video or telephone call so that we are able to answer all of the questions that may have arisen during this presentation, and we can support you in completing your information booklet. As soon as it is safe to do so, and in line with government advice, we will invite you into our school. The dates for the stay and play sessions and picnic will be confirmed. We will also inform you of your child's class name and teacher, the home visit date, and the settling in timetable. So if you had any questions, please make sure you keep that piece of paper ready for our video meeting. Please make sure you stay safe, take care of yourselves, and we're really, really looking forward to meeting you all. Take care. Bye.